All right, welcome everybody. Crown Council Live. I'm Stuart here. Stuart Anderson with Steve. Hey, Steve.
Good day, Stuart. How are you?
Good.
Looking forward to an amazing program today. Lots of variety.
A lot of variety. We got a lot of great guests. April 6th today, although outside in Salt Lake, we're welcoming 18 new inches of snow in the valley of Salt Lake.
Jingle bells,
Yeah, exactly.
jingle bells.
So exciting show today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We were just a couple minutes late getting the broadcast started. So thanks for waiting with us. Grateful to have you here. Hey, we're going to run through just a couple housekeeping items. So let's make sure I share my right screen. Steve, yell if I share the wrong one real quick. Okay.
Okay. There it is. The home page of the Crown Council Premium Member Hub right there.
There it is. So we are here on Premium Member Hub. I wanted to walk through a few things just to make sure that you notice them and see them. Last week, we posted a new Mentor of the Month with our Team of the Year, Dr. Chelsea Gonzalez. Steve did that Mentor of the Month interview with her. Steve, how was that?
Story. It's a great story.
So go there. All the Mentor of the Months are in the library. New Powerful Team meetings are coming up from our annual event just a couple months ago. And then I really wanted to point your attention here. Smiles for Life weekly totals. These are being updated every week. So here's our fun little graphic as we try to get to $50 million this year. We've already almost raised $500,000.
That's awesome.
Incredible. So this is the fun list. You can search for your name in the little search button, but some incredible totals already for people doing Smiles for Life.
That's great. Very cool. And we're going to talk about Day of Whitening. This is, right. I know a lot of people have done it in the past, and we've got a real big focus on this year is to pick a day. And you can pick your own day, right, Stu?
That's right. There is no assigned day. Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of practices that do the Smiles for Life Whitening campaign do this, where they pick a day and they make it their Smiles for Life Whitening Day and just pack the schedule with patients that day and just all hands on deck and make it a fun day. I met with a practice yesterday that is going to pick a day coming up, and they're going to double it as Charity Day and the grand opening of their new practice. They're going through an expansion, so they've added on a whole new wing to their practice. So they're going to make it a big celebration opening of the new part of the practice and do some good with teeth whitening. So pick a day, pick a day and make it your Whitening for Charity Day.
I love it. Yeah, it's going to be a fun new way to participate in Smiles for Life Whitening. I think I've even heard a couple offices doing they're doing one in March, one in May. So a couple days. You don't have to limit it to one day.
Yeah.
So very good. All right. I'll bring this up, Steve. Next week, we are doing something different, something new. We've got a live webinar with CE Provided, and this was Steve's idea. Although I would love to take credit for this title. It's very good. Can you talk about where it came from?
Yeah. So this, more often than not, the best ideas come, from the front lines. And we talk a lot about what we call a morning opportunity meeting. We don't call it a morning huddle. And I'll tell you why in just a minute, but our team at Total Patient Service, so Valerie on our team, who does a lot of client contact and she talks to dozens and dozens and dozens of offices every day. And so we were just reviewing. She said the comment of the week was from a team member that she talked to. And she said, I hate morning huddles. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. And that's where the title came from. So it came from a team member, an actual team member. And, the reason is, for a lot of people, the morning huddle, and I'll call it a huddle here for just a minute, it's dreaded because it's, it starts late, it's negative, it turns into a complaint session, it's not real organized. And everybody I know can point back to one or more morning huddles they've been in that ended worse than they started. It's just a downward spiral. It's a train wreck. So In our book, that first 15 minutes of the day should be 15 of the most productive, positive 15 minutes of the day. So we don't call it a huddle. That's what they do in football. We call it the morning opportunity meeting. And that's what we're going to talk about is how to use that first 15 minutes strategically. We're going to have some very, very clear instructions, ideas, techniques, systems that you can use to put the X factor on your day based on how you use the first 15 minutes of the day. Critically important. It's one of the habits of the top teams that we work with in dentistry. So make sure and join us next week at this same hour, same cat station, same cat time. And join us for I Hate Morning Huddles, and we're going to put some real leverage on that first 15 minutes of the day by transforming your huddle into a morning opportunity meeting.
I love it.
Nice. Regardless of whether you're following the format for the morning opportunity meeting or not, I will guarantee you there will be great things that you will learn that you can incorporate into that first 15 minutes a day, the day that will boost your production and put you in the class of being able to produce more than scheduled every day. That's the goal.
Nice.
So going to be fun.
Hey, maybe a quick tease for what they're going to learn. I love this one that says how to stop the doctor from dominating the meeting. Can you give us a little, how is that?
Here's the deal is the huddle, the typical huddle, it's one person doing all the talking, it's command and control, it's here's what we're going to do, the whole deal. And that's not the way it ought to operate if you're going to get the most out of that first 15 minutes. So yeah, we're going to do a complete 180 on that. The doctor should be doing the least amount of talking if this is structured correctly. Yeah, so most everything, if you're doing a traditional huddle, most everything you're doing is wrong. I'll just say that. So yeah, we're gonna correct a lot of things and re-engineer this.
All right. Ready, break. Very good.
Yeah, none of that. None of that. No more huddle.
Really quick registration. So unlike the live stream, this requires you to have a very specific link that will come to you from GoToWebinar. So you do have to register right here, register, and then an email will come to you with a link that you'll join next week live with us. And then the recording will be posted to Crown Council Library. So it'll be easy to tune back in if you miss some of it or want to show it all to your team. So very good.
Cool. It'll be a very productive hour, and join us.
Can't
Put
wait.
the X factor on the first 15 minutes of your day.
I can't wait. You know, sometimes when Steve and I record Skill of the Weeks, he'll arrive in some sort of costume. Are you gonna wear a quarterback?
You'll have to show up to find out. You never know what's gonna happen.
Shoulder pads and helmet. Okay, can't wait. Very good. Hey, so we've got a new resource partner joining us today. I believe he's in the waiting room with us. So I'll welcome John Olson in with us, and then Spencer's with us also. So Spence, if you're there,
yes, he is.
Yeah, there you are, Spence. Very good. So I'll let Spence introduce John. Hey, John.
Hey, how are you? Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Hello.
So John, actually very close friend of mine and relative to Spence. Are we going to dig into that, or are we just going to let that go? You introduce John. You do it.
Yeah, in a roundabout way, relatives for sure. But so excited to have John and Horizon Partners on with us today. New members of the Crown Council Resource Partner Program. And, you know, we do not have a resource partner that specializes in Medicare. And Horizon Partners has come to us to share how Medicare is made easy with in our practices as well as for their patients. So John, thanks for joining us. We're going to fire some questions at you so we can learn a little bit more.
Great. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So John, talk to us about how dental coverage works with Medicare and what you're really starting to see with age 65 plus, um, and their dental care in general.
All right. So real kind of snapshot 101 of Medicare is when you turn 65 or you're disabled and eligible for Medicare, you get on original Medicare through the federal government. They cover your hospital and your physician coverage. But that's all they cover. They don't give you dental. They don't give you prescription drug coverage. They don't give you vision. So you're relegated to picking what's called a standalone dental plan, which a lot of us may know about. But there's also Medicare plans that are called Advantage plans that have dental included in them, along with vision, hearing, and those other benefits. So original Medicare covers 80% of your services, hospital and physician. You got to pick something that picks up either that 20% or at least most of that 20% to maximize your out-of-pocket expenses each year, or to, mitigate the out-of-pocket expenses. So what we're seeing with 65-year-olds and those on Medicare and dental is, if they're on original Medicare, most of them just have a standalone dental plan, which a lot of us may know about, how you pay a premium for it. There may be a deductible and a co-insurance, which, your thoughts on those plans aren't great. My wife's in the dental field as well, and deals with the insurance on that. And, they're not great plans. What 65-year-olds and older are on fixed incomes that most of them are, and they're not a big income. So disposable money for them is hard. So we've been seeing either they are not getting seen, not going to the dentist, or they rarely go to the dentist, not enough, not getting the preventative care, the exams, the cleanings, those services done. And then that in turn creates bigger problems. And then they show up with a lot of problems with their teeth. And the expense is huge. And I've had clients that before I met them, have had teeth pulled because they don't want to pay. They extract it, get rid of it, get done with it. So that's what we're seeing, is they're not going to the dentist enough. We work with some dentists here locally in Utah that we've reached out to those patients. Hey, we've got plans for you that are easy on the budget and will get you back into a chair and get those preventative services so that worse things don't happen down the road. So that's what we're seeing with 65-year-old, is they're just not going to the dentist enough, if they go at all.
That makes sense. So John, you're saying also, in addition to that there are dental benefits for those that are on Medicare. What are those?
There are. So there are Medicare Advantage plans, and probably during the fall, during annual enrollment, you saw commercial after commercial after commercial about Medicare Advantage plans or Medicare in general. What those Advantage plans do is they cover your hospital and physician coverage, just like original Medicare. They're put into a private insurance to service those. So they're taken out of the government's hands and into a company like United Healthcare or Humana or Aetna or Molina, any of those. They all offer them. And those Advantage plans, high majority of the time, are $0 a month deductibles, $0 a month premiums, and they'll include dental. I know this is a dental thing, so let's speak dental. They'll $1,000 up to $2,500 of first dollar coverage of dental. Now, there are some other plans for veterans that we could get into, but let's keep it quick. They can go up to $4,000 for Medicaid and Medicare patients, up to $4,000 of coverage of dental. Pays the first dollar up to that amount, includes your cleanings, your X-ray or your exams, your X-rays, your fluoride, your extractions, your implants, your dentures. So huge advantage of these Advantage plans is that's how they can service those and keep the cost down to the patient.
That makes sense. John, it's a lot to take in, and it gets confusing, and you're 65 and older and you're like, dang, this is a little bit confusing. I'm scared. In fact, to be able to have an agent, an advocate a John in your corner from Horizon Partners to say, I can walk you through this, I can help you. That is John's role in being a resource partner of the Crown Council. And John, expound on that just a little bit.
Yeah, it's very confusing. It's confusing to me as a 44-year-old insurance, right? My insurance is confusing. What's covered? What's not? How much am I going to pay? You get to people that are elderly and they're, they see the commercials and they're like, oh my gosh, I can have like $5,000 of vision. It's like, no, not real. Like, they see the commercial, they call into a telecenter that someone may have been hired a week ago or a month ago, just to field phone calls and sign you up on whatever plan they think they want to sign you up on. We as advocates, we're not an employee of an insurance company. We're independent agents. So we're not tied to a insurance company. We're contracted with several different companies. We are your advocate, not the company's advocate. We find the plan that best suits you. For example, we're locally here in Utah. We have agents throughout the country. I was in South Carolina for weeks in the fall. County and zip code. So, hey, you want extra dental? Well, let's look at this plan. Or your dental's good. Hey, let's look at this plan to keep your co-payments down. So you have someone that sits down with you and goes over every plan available. You don't have someone on the phone. And then when issues arise, sure, they want to sign you up, but when issues arise, they don't want to, they're part of the company. They're looking out for the company when you call 1-800 United Healthcare, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
You call my cell phone or my partner's cell phone. That's the number you get. You don't get a telecenter. You don't sit on hold. We call United Healthcare from the producer back channel line, and we deal with the problem, and then we call you back with the solution. So, and you don't pay us. We don't take a fee. We're paid through the insurance companies, but one time you may like a Humana plan, next year you may like a United Healthcare plan, works better for you. We can switch you. We review plans all year long, and
John,
find the best one.
That is super insightful. And this is one question that our dentists may have or deal with on a daily basis as we start to wrap up here. And that is, John is a major advocate in partner and working with the patients that are going into the office. How about the dentists and office managers themselves working directly with you as a resource to understanding and knowing and how they can communicate with their patients via you? That may be something our doctors want to know.
Yeah, that's huge, because the local dentists we work here, we sat down with the dentist in their front office and said, hey, we'll be your resource, but you've got to know your patients and know what issue. Obviously, you're going to bill their insurance, but hey, this patient's turning 65 this year. Hey, you're going to be going on Medicare, reach out to John, or reach out to John. And if I can't help you, I'll find an agent that does. I'm not contracted in Florida, but I can get contracted in Florida in 2 weeks, right? And so I can find you someone that is contracted there. So the front desk, they need to kind of be like, hey, you need to be in and kind of get here more, patient get here. How's the insurance working? How's it going? Is everything working smoothly on your end? And that's how we've had front offices call us and say, hey, I have a person here that's had a problem with their insurance. Can you walk them through it? Can you see what's going on? And I've helped them, not even as my client. So yeah, I'll call and find out an answer for you. So
good.
Nice,
so
John.
good. Stu?
No, I was just gonna ask John, what's the best way for, with Crown Council members to connect with you? We brought that website up here for a sec. Is that best for you to get started there, or is there a more personal connection, John?
I am always happy to take phone calls on my cell phone. 801-518-1129, or emails john@myhorizon. Phone is great. Phone calls are great. Texts are great. But yeah, I'm happy to field questions, answer any questions, be a resource to, help the Medicare benefits.
Very good.
Yeah.
Great, John. And we'll post
Yeah.
your information to the Crown Council website and put it out there with this recording. So grateful for you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate it, guys. Really do.
All righty.
Yeah.
Okay, Johnny.
Have a good
See
Thanks
ya.
so much, Sean.
See you
See you
guys.
soon.
Man, okay, very good to have John in our corner. I mean, I can't believe we've gone so long without anybody to answer kind of questions like that, to answer. That is a huge part. And I know we've had doctors on in the past whose whole business revolves around that entire experience
Correct. Right.
in their practice. So very good.
Agree.
Hey, I know we had some. Were you hearing that clicking? I don't know what that
I
clicking
was. I don't know either.
Are you clicking your keyboard? What are you doing?
Right. I was wondering what that was myself. John
I
brought an extra.
kept getting all these texts. Everyone that's online watching is like, who's clicking? I'm like, I don't know. I'm sorry.
No idea.
No
Yeah,
idea.
no
Hopefully
idea.
our next guest won't be clicking. So Christy Bolt is in our waiting room. Let's bring her in. So grateful to have Christy with us. The last time you saw her, we were at the annual event together, and she has got something new, really fun to introduce and to be a part of here. I signed up for it yesterday just because I want to see the experience myself, but we would love to have Christy on to tell all about what she's cooked up on June 3rd. Hi, Christy.
Yes.
Hey guys.
How's it going?
Oh, it's spring. It's spring in Ohio. I understand that in Utah, winter has been extended to August, but feel free to come ride your bikes here in Ohio. We've got our kickoff group ride tonight.
Fun. Hey,
I
we're
got
hoping
my cookies ready for the trunk.
we're hoping
Uh-huh.
it's supposed to be 71 degrees on Saturday. Come on, we're close. Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That brings a whole other set of problems, Christy.
lots of problems. So very good. Hey, very fun. Thank you for reaching out. I registered for what we're going to talk about today, but maybe I'll just turn it over to you. You tell us what's going on. What is this that you've got?
I love the opportunity to connect people. It's one of my favorite things. And when I discovered the Challenge Athletes Foundation in 2008, I kind of wanted to shout from the rooftops, like, hey, everybody, come check this out. And there is nothing quite like riding our bikes down the California coast for 600 plus miles with Challenge athletes. And having done that for so many years now and hearing the stories of people, I don't know, finally it kind of dawned on me this winter. I went, why don't we get all these people to tell their stories to a much wider audience? And I have to credit my good friend Vanessa Emerson, who kind of said, you would be the perfect person to do that. And so we're kicking off the first ever resilience workshop. And, having gone through something, I think resilience, I think all of us could use a little more resilience in our life. And one of the best ways I learned how to be AF. So we've got a virtual workshop. It's on a Saturday. And we did that on purpose, guys. It wasn't a scheduling mistake. Okay. I know you're not going to leave the operatory for 6 hours. We did it on a Saturday because we want everybody to be there. Dentists, team members, spouses, vendor partners, friends, and 12 incredible speakers. Some of these people are Paralympic athletes. Some of these people have never given a presentation before, and
Nice.
everything in between. So just some fantastic stories. And the best part is that your registration fee goes directly to CAF.
Nice.
So that's what we're doing. And thanks for signing up. I saw your registration come through yesterday, and I was like, yes, he's there. Right?
Well, I love
But
this.
resilience.
Sorry.
No, resilience is a skill we can learn. I think some people think, we're, people like that, they were just born resilient. No, that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and I love this. And maybe some people might be asking themselves, what does this have to do with dentistry? What does this have to do with Crown Council? Why are we talking about this here? And one thing that I loved, Christy, is when I registered, it said, what is one thing in 2023 that I was working on, that I was going to be resilient for, that I wanted to cultivate this skill for? And it really made me think, whether that was work or my family or other things that I do. This idea that resilience is a skill certainly applies to anyone interested in being a leader or guiding a dental team, guiding a family. And just to hear, when I was looking at this lineup of speakers, what an incredible thing that you've gone out and organized. If someone's okay, I'm going to join on June 3rd, what can they expect? What will this look like when we're together on June 3rd?
First of all, I think the energy that's going to come across, even though it's a virtual meeting, is going to be palpable. And so, Stuart, when you say, what in the world does this have to do with the Crown Council? It's like, listen, guys, we all can be more resilient as professionals, as spouses, as leaders, as friends. And, speaking from experience where you decide, oh yeah, I'm pretty resilient. And then, you kind of find out maybe you aren't as resilient as you thought when you're faced with a new challenge. So people are going to expect that they're going to show up. First of all, they're going to get a virtual workbook. Okay. This is not going to be something where you're going to come and you're going to fall asleep on Zoom. This is not going to be something where you're going to come and you're going to be bored, because this is interactive. We're going to have breakout rooms. You're going to have, it's kind of like a TED Talk format, right? And I know Blake's going to be on here talking about the Digital Dental Conference here in a second. Same kind of thing. It's like you're going to hear so many different stories, and you're going to develop your own plan of action. Okay. So we're doing it from 10 to 5 Eastern time. So that's what, 8 to 3 Mountain time, right? Means you can get out, ride up immigration, come back down. You'll still be there in time. We're taking a 90-minute break for lunch because we all need to get outside and move our bodies. But you can expect that you will walk away from that workshop knowing how you can be more resilient in your life this year. And it may be that one particular speaker's story resonates with you, but each of them are going to focus on a theme in their life that helped them become more resilient. And so you're going to get a workbook, and there's different levels you can come in at. So you see this sweet North Face CAF swag jacket that I'm rocking, which very appropriate for the Utah winter, not so appropriate for the summer in Vegas. But we've got some great swag for people. We've got hats, we've got shirts. So register now, get your swag, get your workbook. If you come in at the VIP level, guys, you will be entered to win a trip to La Jolla for the weekend in October. Airfare, hotel, a $500 gift card for you to experience CAF's best weekend. And you'll just be blown away. I mean, who doesn't want to go to San Diego, right? So you can expect that you will be inspired. You can expect that you will be motivated. You can expect that you will develop a plan for you to be more resilient in your life. You will be energized. You will walk away knowing you can conquer it.
Very good. Great, Christy. Hey, can we switch gears for 1 sec? Redirect. What are you working on with dental teams right now? What's working? What are you guys doing? What kind of marketing stuff are you like? This is it. We got to do this right now. What kind of stuff are you seeing?
People are having troubles finding qualified team members. You hear there's a hiring problem now in dentistry. Guess what, guys? That's a marketing problem. Okay. So when you're trying to pitch the practice to the public to try to acquire patients, whether that's through your digital presence, through your marketing with meaning tactics, or through your interruption, you got to start to look at adding team members in the same way. So we're doing a lot with that. The other thing is people are doubling down on their marketing with meaning. And what is that? That means they are paying more and more attention to the little details. Okay. Everybody can scream from the rooftops and throw a bunch of money at Google to be at the top of the first page. In fact, Google guaranteed now. Have you seen that? Go Google like Plumber Highland, and you'll see there's some Google guaranteed ads now at the top. So I can be at the top, I can be at the top, part 2, I can be in the middle. I mean, I can be on the first page like 6 times and still not get enough new patients, which means I got to double down on some other stuff. So teams, not owners, teams are making a difference with marketing with meaning, right? Remember Susan Pruitt's pie patient of the week? Okay. Think of a list of like 100 different things, and we're working with teams to say, listen, guys, here's what you can do and stick with that works. Because we know people come back, right? They come back from the annual event. They're so fired. Yep, we're going to take a pie out to everybody. And then an assistant quits. Or then the office manager's out sick with COVID for 2 weeks. It's like, oh, it all goes away. So we're doubling down on how to make marketing, number 1, part of the culture, number 2, everybody's job, and number 3, easy enough that we can execute it consistently.
Nice. Very good. That's great.
It's great.
Good job. That's great.
Right? Are you going to go
Awesome.
cut down a tree after this in your lumberjack shirt? I mean, what's happening? In front of a wood wall, you got
This
a
is
red flannel
this is-
on.
This is all a filter. It's just my face is real. Everything else is fake. Hey, wait, I want to share this one more time. This is where you register. Very
Yep.
easy.
YouCanConquerIt.com is the website. That's easy to remember. Yep.
YouCanConquerIt.com. We'll include it with the video, which will be posted later today. So you can conquer it.
Registration's super easy, right? You click through, it's
Yeah.
like a couple of fields on Zoom, you fill it out, you're done.
And it's a
Okay.
2-step process. You'll register here by donating. So you'll donate first to Challenge Athletes Foundation, and then you follow through by signing up for the seminar. Is that a good word? Seminar?
Sure. Workshop,
Christy.
right?
Workshop. That's much better.
Not a sermon. You're going to come to work, right? You're going to roll up your sleeves and get into it.
Thank you. Wish I was
Yeah,
on your
thank
ride
you.
tonight. That would be really
Oh
fun.
man.
Enjoy it.
I wish you guys were there. I've got some treats getting ready, and
I
as
bet.
always, it's great to see both of you. Thanks for having
Yeah.
me.
Thanks,
Likewise,
Christy. You're the
Christy.
best. Appreciate it.
Yeah. See you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
That's back-to-back weeks where last week we were salivating over a bike trip to Lake Tahoe that I want to go
Oh
on.
man.
Miles
I-
5 bike trip. And now,
I'm going
now
no matter
more.
what.
Now
Yes.
more. This is really fun. So
So
great.
fun.
That'll be on the website to have to participate and be part of that group. So very good.
Yeah.
All right, Steve. I think Steve's still with us. He was in the background. It
Yes,
was
I
Steve. He was
am.
Steve was clicking his pen. He was right.
Not clicking my pen. In fact, do you know what? On that point,
That's
I have banned clicking
Yes.
pen from all of my seminars. They are not allowed.
No, click.
I've told my team that if I ever see a click pen that comes in with company branding on it, I will personally dispose of them. Where I learned that lesson,
Where?
1 year, we mistakenly ordered click pens for Eagle U.
Oh no.
Oh my God. It was the worst, like the whole time.
you
Like
You get-
a whole room full of crickets for a
You get-
week.
you gave out packs of gum and clicker pen.
In fact, you know what? Actually, thank you for reminding me that I'm going to add that to Steve's peeves.
clicker pen.
An upcoming episode coming soon.
we can
Clicking pens.
we can hear your clicker
Uh,
pen. Very good. That's
So
great.
good.
Hey, we've got one more marketing genius with us. Blake Hadley's going to join us for one last little bit before we are together in 2 weeks at the Dental Digital Marketing Conference. So if Blake is ready, I think he is. Let's bring him in. and we're going to talk. He told me that anything goes, so we can ask him. Yeah. So we'll hit him with some softballs here for what is the DDMC, and then maybe we'll get into some nitty gritty. Hey, what's up?
Hey,
How's
Mr.
it going?
Hadley, what's up, Blake?
hey, how you guys doing?
Very good.
Good.
You ready for the big meeting?
Ready as I'll ever be, I guess.
That's right.
Hey, we've done a lot of promotion for Dental Digital Marketing Conference. Can you just give us a quick rundown of what the format will be? What can people expect when they go?
Yeah, so this conference is a lot different than probably many conferences that you've attended before. It's a TED style talk format. So if you've ever seen the TED Talks, they're really quick, 20 to 25-minute talks. Ours will be 25 minutes with a 5-minute break in between each. So it's really quick. If you don't like what you hear on one of the talks, you only just wait 25 minutes and you'll get another one. So, and then we do have some 10-minute talks kind of mixed in between. So it's really quick, a lot of speakers, a lot of topics. It's kind of a fire hose of information that will be given to you. And so it's really fun in that way.
Nice. What topics, Blake? Can you share a couple?
Really everything we'll cover, from your website to SEO, a lot on social media and TikTok. Short form video, as you know, is really big right now on social media. So we are teaching practices how to use short form video to drive more engagement and get more followers on social media. Reputation management. We'll talk about reviews a lot and how you can get more reviews. So a little bit of everything. And then, Steve, we'll talk about the culture of your practice and how you have to have a great marketing culture to be successful. Before you even start posting things online, you have to have things right in your office. So from beginning to end, we'll cover it all.
Man,
That's a lot of people on the program.
I just keep scrolling.
Yeah, there are a lot of people. And like I mentioned, there are some 10-minute little segments. We have some of our sponsors that are going to be telling you about, their services and the technology that they have that's helping practices. So those are mixed in there as well. But yeah, it's a lot of people for sure.
Blake, one of the things that I love about this meeting is huge, a ton of variety, a lot of people on the program, and the opportunity to interact with them between sessions. So there's gonna be plenty of time to talk and mentor, as well as some of the best results that have come out of this meeting in the past have been participants talking to participants, just sharing ideas and what's working and different things that are happening in different parts of the country. So it's a great mastermind format. Yes, everything that is new and is working in marketing in general, but specifically digital marketing. And it is a fast growing field. I mean, everything changes very, very rapidly. It is not a static situation. So staying on top of it is a great idea to be able to continue pushing your practice forward.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with all the new trends in digital marketing. And so to be able to come to a conference like this, I agree. It's just to know what's happening out there and how to keep up. I think it's so important. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Blake, you're at the middle of all of it, not only for the conference, but for your job.
Yeah.
Anything unexpected or cutting edge that you've seen recently that's going to be presented or talked about at the meeting?
Yeah. So one topic that we're going to cover, which is kind of exciting, is artificial intelligence and how that applies to marketing and how practices can start using what's out there like ChatGPT, Midjourney, all these incredible tools that are just developing to create content for your practice, whether it's blog content, social media posts. One of the hardest things that practices run into is writing content for their blog. Over all the years working with practices, I probably know about 3 dentists that actually sit down and write content for their blog. And with new tools like ChatGPT, it helps you write content in such a simple way. You know, you give it some information, it writes content for you. You can use it to brainstorm, you can edit it, you know, make it more personalized. So AI is something that's really going to change the world. And it's something that, you know, we at least need to know about right now. And so we have a few topics specifically about that, which is pretty exciting.
Mhm.
I'll say, Blake, on that point, it's interesting in experimenting with that for those that are, you know, digging into that. AI is basically taking the universe of knowledge that's on the internet and basically condensing it down into a format that you can use. And so one of the real challenges that we're going to talk about at the meeting is how do you continue to create unique and original content that's not just a regurgitation of what everybody else is saying? How do you, because you're the branding guy, it's like branding is all about differentiation. So the AI stuff is great, and it's going to make the marketing piece even that much more fun because you get to then continue to find your unique piece, make your stuff unique and different from everybody else so that you really set your brand apart.
Exactly. And that's going to be the trick with all of this. You know, it's not just a tool that you can say, write me a blog post, copy, paste, done. It's a tool. These are tools that you can use to help you create content in a more personalized way. Yep. and be more efficient at creating it. So yeah, definitely we'll talk about the relationship of how you can use it and not just, you know, copy and paste and create regurgitated content like everyone else, right?
Nice.
I did one, Blake, just as an example of that, I did one the other day of, I can't remember what it was. I think it was an ad, write an ad for a hygienist or whatever. And it was kind of the typical boilerplate stuff that you always hear that everybody else does. And I was looking at that, man, if you want to be different, if you want to get what everybody else gets, do what everybody else does. If you wanted to get something different, you got to be willing to create unique and different so it stands out. So this will be a fascinating conversation, especially from our marketing standpoint.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Hey, Blake, we always talk about kind of the take homes. Steve's the master at the top 20 when we leave the annual event. What are you saying to attendees that are, you know, what are they going to take home from this? Is there actionable stuff that you can see that's going to happen right when a practice gets home?
Yeah. So something that we talk about in my social practice is creating a 360-degree marketing plan for your practice, which includes, you know, being on multiple platforms, having a lot of different strategies, you know, not putting all your eggs in one basket, but creating a plan. And so the way that we created the agenda was really focused on different areas of marketing so you can start building your plan. And then at the end, Steve is going to help you take all of those ideas and all of those, you know, for each platform and put it all together in a strategic plan, because we know, you know, when you go home and talk to your team members and try to get them on board, that's one of the hardest things to do, right? To get everybody excited and get everybody understand what you just learned. And so, you know, Steve is going to help kind of bring all these ideas together and also help you communicate it to your team in an efficient way, and that won't overwhelm them, but create a kind of an ongoing plan for the year.
Nice. Well, they already aren't going to listen because they know you went to Vegas. So
yeah, true. That's exactly. If you, you'll be, you'll probably be partying all night in Vegas. So that...
no, absolutely no. You're not doing that. No way.
Make sure to come to both days. Don't go to the first day and then party the second day. We've had some people do that. Make sure to come to both days.
Hey, Steve, I thought one topic that I think would be really fun to hear from you is how does team culture, how does the years ago, we did a webinar, like a really fun Crown Council Live webinar about your most compelling marketing advantage, and it had nothing to do with ads or copy. Or could you talk about that for a minute?
Yeah. So this is, and I think one of the beautiful things about this whole conference is we're going to talk about digital marketing, and it's a team effort. And we're actually going to kick it off with that effort in terms of what's required of every member of the team in order to make the entire marketing effort successful. It is not just a position. It is a whole team effort. So yes, ideas are one thing, execution is another, and then engaging the whole team in a marketing effort. So I'll give you one example. So I was eating lunch yesterday with two dentists, two Crown Council members. And in my book, every opportunity is a marketing opportunity. So we were sitting at lunch and the server was helping us. And at this restaurant, right next door to the restaurant is the dental office. I mean, it's right through the wall. And so as she was taking our order, I asked her, I said, "Who's your dentist?" And she said, "Well, it's kind of whoever. I just kind of go here and there." And I said, "Well, your new dentist is sitting right there." And I pointed across the table. I said, "Because he's right through the wall. So when you get done with work, you just walk next door and the whole deal." Every opportunity is a marketing opportunity. And it is always amazing to me. They're everywhere. The opportunity to market is there. I was in another practice the other day. They're getting their carpets cleaned. I asked the guy who was cleaning the carpet, I said, "Who's your dentist?" Guess what? He goes, "You know, my girlfriend last night told me I needed to go to the dentist."
That's
Gross.
great.
So this may be a HIPAA violation, but his name is Dalton Hummel. And he is now a patient in the practice where he was cleaning the carpet. Because why? Because we just asked him, right? We just asked him. So that's a whole team effort. I mean, marketing's not just a function, it's an attitude, it's a way of life. It's how everybody in the practice operates. And so we're going to talk about, not just great ideas, but how you get everybody engaged in the effort, because it's fun and it can be engaging. And it's everybody gets to play.
Very cool. Great.
Love that. Yeah.
I love it. All righty. Any final questions before Blake we wrap up? All righty. Very good.
Thanks,
Hey,
Blake.
we'll
Yeah,
see you, Blake.
Vegas.
See you in a couple weeks.
Okay.
See you
Thanks
there,
for having me.
Blake.
Yeah. See you there.
Okay, man. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
All righty.
That's going to be
That's it.
great.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
That's going to be an awesome
Great
event.
event.
Spence, thanks for putting all of that together. We're going to have a great experience. And the Planet Hollywood, thank you very much for accommodating with like ultra inexpensive accommodations.
Mhm.
It's going to be great. And there's still time to register. So, I mean, it seems like you can always get a cheap flight to Vegas, right?
Yes.
You're right.
So it's only 2 weeks away and still room. I mean, we've got several different configurations. So dentalmarketingconference.com.
That's it.
And you can sign up and come to Vegas, Planet Hollywood for 2 days. It'll be packed with the latest of what's working.
Very cool. I couldn't believe that. I haven't been on that speaker list for a while. I couldn't believe how many were on there.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's going to be a parade of really what's working. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Be like a buffet. It's going to be like a Vegas buffet.
Yes.
Kind of pick what you need.
Minus being sick.
That's it.
Hey, very good. All right. Well, we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
I hate morning huddles. It's coming at you. Don't
Yeah, it
forget to
is. It's coming
register.
next Thursday.
That's right.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
See you guys.
See ya.